Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Sarah Thompson, and we are learning about the Tennessee Williams Festival St. Louis now with Joe Hanrahan, Artistic Director of the Midnight Company. Thank you so much for being here.
Glad to be here.
So we set the stage first with Carrie about Tennessee Williams, about the festival taking place, and now we're going to segue into your company, your theater company, and your participation in the festival. Tell me a bit more about that.
We're the Midnight Company. We're a St. Louis-based theater group, and we do a variety of plays in a variety of different venues, and we're doing one in a different venue this time too. And Carrie and I have been friends, and she came to see some of our work at one point, and she talked to me about the festival, and I brought an idea to her, and she said there was another performer in town talking about the same idea, and she put us together, and that's the play we're doing. We're doing the two-character play, which is a late and little-known work of Tennessee Williams, but a major work, and we're doing it in a very iconic spot for St. Louis, the Learning Center, which used to be the Wednesday Club, which 100-year-old building, which in the 30s Tennessee worked there. 3 of his very early works were produced there, and he was right there in the middle of it, rewriting and working with the company. So we feel pretty privileged to be able to do this show at that spot.
So let's talk a bit more about the two-character play.
Yes.
Because if I'm correct, this is something that premiered back in, is it 75? It was in
Yeah.
the 70s. And how is it different? I mean, from what I've read, it was sort of not received well. Is that correct when it first came
as
out?
most of his work was. And I think he was generally dismissed, except for his earlier, better-known work. But this was a theme that he was obsessed with. His first major work, The Glass Menagerie, this reflects his obsession with his sister and his family. But this also reflects his obsession with the theater. He was being influenced by the latest playwrights of the time, Pinter and Beckett and Ionesco. And so their abstract thought kind of is reflected in this show. But it's a story about a brother and a sister, and they're actors. They're with a company, they're on tour, but they've been abandoned by the rest of their company, who says they're insane. So they're in a theater, and they have to perform a play to make enough money to get out of town. And so the play they put on is one the brother has written. It's a very personal show about a brother and sister living in an abandoned mansion in the South, where the father has killed the mother and committed suicide, so they can't get the insurance money to get out, and their thought is that they are insane. So it's a play within a play. It's there's layers that keep going back and forth. It's a fascinating and compelling work.
I mean, is it very complex to take on? I mean,
it has been. We've spent a lot of the early days just trying to figure out what was going on. And like all of Williams' work, it's heavy. It drips. And he worked on this 10 years, so you can see the manufacturing of and each line of the play, and how one line reflects on what's going to happen and what has happened.
Let me ask you, as an actor, considering you're doing this on your own, the company is on its own, but also because it's part of this festival, and knowing that people are going to be coming to it because it is a Tennessee Williams Festival, these are fans, does that change your approach as an actor? Does it make it more nerve-wracking? Are you more conscientious of the audience who's particularly coming, or not so much? I guess what I'm wondering is, knowing that this is going to be part of a festival of people who are probably big fans, does that change how you approach it?
Not much more than any work. I think any work that we do, or I've done and been involved with, the nerves come from hoping that what we've done is worth the time. And so, I mean, it's certainly going to be, have to be worth people who might know and love Tennessee Williams, but I think they will, because I doubt very few people have ever seen this show. So I think it's going to be a revelation of sorts for them.
Okay, all right. Well, we've got the information there for you on the screen. It's taking place as part of the Tennessee Williams Festival St. Louis. That's May 11th through the 15th. For more information, you can go to TWFSTL.org, but this is specifically the two-character play, and the details are also on the website. But does Midnight Company also have a website?
Yes, we do. It's midnightcompany.com.
It's easy to remember. Well, thank you so much for being here, and good luck with the festival.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Do you say break a leg? No?
Oh, yeah.
Break a leg, there we go. Thanks. All right, well, there's more STL Live after this break, so please stay with us.